Everybody, welcome. This is
Hello,
how are you doing? My name is Jorge Mesa, and this is,
Freddie Castro. Nice to meet you all.
and we're here with community news, and we're doing a podcast on going beyond the,
Register.
being going beyond the cash register. So we wanted to talk about something very boring and something that's a little bit what abstract is the cash register,
Right.
but really tell you more so as a business owner what goes on behind the scenes and some of the trends that are going on in the industry. We've been around for a while. I guess Freddie could just intro a little bit about who you are.
Well, like again, Freddie Castro. I've been in the merchant industry about 20 years from now, 20 years ago, and just getting people boarded, restaurants, retails, and getting people the way they process the best.
And that's something that a lot of people consider to be essential, but it's one of those things that we get a lot of that. That's the cost of doing business. So processing a credit card, putting cash in a register. These are things that are just the cost of doing business for a lot of these small business owners and people that we work with. We work with big clients, and we really want to emphasize that the innovation and the technology is catching up. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about, and Freddie's going to show you some of the new terminals that come out. They're called smart terminals. There's a lot of ways to take payments, and that's super important if you own a business, because nowadays, if you don't make money, you're not making a business. So you don't have a
Right.
business, you have a hobby. And myself personally, I'm in the marketing world. I'm in advertising. I graduated with a communications degree at FIU, and basically, I'm just a consultant at heart. I find solutions to problems. So when Freddie and I we met, we started looking at our businesses, and a big part of that was looking at what he's doing and what I'm doing from the consulting side, and how to merge those worlds. It's kind of like when Run DMC did a song with was it forgot the rock group, but they did a song together. It was rap and rock for the first time coming together, and they did a song together. So that's how Freddie and I really collaborated. Is I bring that consulting world and that solutions based architecture into what he does with the payments. Now, when you look at what I've been doing, is I also work with the SBA, and I do consulting for them, Score, Miami Dade, and I work with a lot. I think I worked over thousands of businesses and consulting and advising for them, and we get the same problems a lot, right? You get a problem of, we want to start a business. What's the checklist like? Or we want to scale our business. What's the checklist like? So Freddie and I with Secure Pay Service, we are part of that checklist. Whether you're looking to start a company from scratch, or you're looking to scale to 3 franchises. And a lot of our customers start with one pizzeria, and then they see the money's rolling in. So second pizzeria,
Right.
third pizzeria. And our technology and our software allows to integrate with all the franchises. And I think that's part of what we're going to talk about today. I just wanted to give a warm introduction. I also want to say thank you to the Miller brothers. I think that
Yes, Grant and Michael.
thank you very much. I feel like I'm at home here. Community news is very prestigious, and we're very honored to be here in the presence of what's been built for over 50 years. And I think that adding on to that, like a Jenga or a Lego block, right,
Correct.
is an honor for us in itself. So we really want to get to thanking the team here, amazing team, and obviously the Miller brothers and everybody involved. And I think we're going to come back once in a while. We'll come back and tell business owners and tell the community of what we're seeing in the field and our war stories. And I think that payment processing, it does sound boring, and it's conservative, and it's something that doesn't make a splash, but there's a lot of safety and security that we do. There's a lot of innovation that we do. So we're going to talk about that today.
Great.
So let's talk about some trends that we're seeing. So this is going to be our war room. So Freddie, we're going to talk about what we've seen in terms of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I will say this though, when you look at something like accepting a payment, you don't see visually, because it's very invisible, right? You don't see the
Right.
behind the scenes. So one of the trends that I've personally seen is you go to a gas station, you put your credit card or your debit in like these pin machines, right? And there's a new technology. It's not very new, but they could steal your information.
Oh, once most
So we've seen that with some of our we've seen that around, and it's been in the news. Can you tell the viewer at home, which is whether they're a business owner or they're just part of the community, what are some ways that they could protect themselves from getting their PIN number stolen, and then that's getting sold on the dark net? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, basically, you got to be checking these terminals. You got to make sure there's nothing attached to these things. You need to have, have someone that's PCI compliant. that's looking at the terminals to do that. They can easily design something. Like you said, I seen something recently with 7-Eleven. Someone actually, did like a piece of hardware that went right over their pin pad inside of their store.
Right.
And you also got to be careful because sometimes the store owner is in on it.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful when you put in your credit card. And that's why that we're doing this new thing, which is the Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Right.
You don't have to take out a credit card. You put your PIN, but you pay with your phone.
Yeah.
And that's eliminating a lot of these, frauds in, being in the industry and talking to clients and merchants that call me like, Freddie, we got hit with fraud, which just not happened too long ago. And it could be in the thousands of dollars. It puts the company at risk. It puts the employees at risk. It puts the cardholder at risk. So it's like an umbrella of things that could happen.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. That's a number one key when I talk to a merchant is like, how do we prevent fraud? And post-COVID, people didn't really see that. These started coming out after COVID. Things were like people were out in the street, inventing things. And that's how these things are now. And now to get approved and get working, the risk underwriting team of our company, they have to see everything.
Right.
It's not just like, let me just sign you up like these people like the Square, let's say, or Stripe, where they're going to, get you an account within, 2 hours, you're processing and boom, something happens. They close your account, they hold your money. We don't do that. We normally take about 4 or 5 days to get you approved. You know that, George, how long it takes sometimes. But you know what? You're going with a reputable company that knows what they're doing and not just signing up anybody. And then later on, you got to pay price.
Yeah, somebody ends up paying the price. So we looked at the data. What's better to pay if you're a customer, credit card or is it cash, right? There's advantages for both the merchant, which is the business owner, and there's advantages for the customer, right? Everybody has their opinion. I would say my honest opinion is that if you keep a debit card with you and you're paying with a debit card, be very careful to don't put too much money into that debit card.
Right.
Yeah, because what's going on is that people are able to steal, once they get the PIN, all the money that's in that debit card. So keep about $10, $20 in that debit card. So if they steal from you, they're not taking the farm.
Technology nowadays, you can just transfer money on the fly. So
right.
I've done it. I've gone to places that say I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to say, well, I'm going to transfer, $400 because I'm going to buy some sneakers. And then I make my purchases and I keep that.
Yeah.
So they don't get that information.
It's important to be on here at Community News and talking about these things because it affects the community. And where we're talking about something that, we've seen a lot of people lose their shirt over this. And it's just a matter of being more cognizant of the situation at hand. I will say, though, cash is great if you're trying to stay on a budget. But if you're carrying around cash, it's lumpy. It's very dirty. I don't know, with all the germs going around. So that's, you got to look at the pros and cons. I do like credit card, not because we're in the credit card space, but you have cashback rewards. And
with all these new programs.
I think I just got $120 cashback from last month, and that $120 goes into the gasoline. It's my way of fighting inflation. So I mean, there's a huge component in the credit card being something that you're using from a primary source of payment. And we're not advocating it because we make money from that aspect. We're advocating it because, it's in your pocket. It's much simpler. It's gets stolen. You call Visa, MasterCard, or whoever's your card brand, and you tell them, hey, it's stolen, and they take care of you. They send you another credit card and they take care of you. So these are the things that we're seeing out on the field. There's a couple more things I want to touch on what Freddie said. The Apple Pay. This is really cool. The Apple Pay is like the way that we do see the future. So when you get an Apple Watch, you can pay right at the register with your watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, something like this, like a credit card terminal, just put it right here. You make a payment. You don't have to take out your credit card. I mean,
it's super convenient. And I want you to, Freddie, I want you to show the old school. So we're gonna show the viewers, and I hate to use the word boomer, but this is a word that's out. This is the very boomer equipment right here.
Big no. This is an old machine. It's already end of life. They still do work, okay? Yeah. But this is the old, and again, this is the new. Old, new. What do you want?
Yeah, and it's more so like everything now is smart. So you got smart thermometer, smart home, smartphones, smart refrigerators. And these old school machines that we go into like a pizzeria or a coffee shop or old school places, it's like breaking down, the ink's running out on the receipts, and it's about time for a change, right? So as a business owner, you sit back and you're like, well, Who's going to replace this? I want Square and I want Toast. Square and Toast being like those competitors of ours. They're VC backed at Silicon Valley. They have millions of dollars that, we would probably never compete directly with them. But we know how to compete with them. And that's by being here in the community, giving that customer support. That's not necessarily a 1-800 number in a different country. You're getting us here, FaceTiming you, going to your office, going to your location and fixing a problem. I think that's one of the benefits that we have over someone like Square and Toast. But getting back to everything, there's a major problem when it comes to brand awareness and these cash registers and these POS machines and these ways of taking payment. And that's whoever has the big bucks is getting these clients, is getting these accounts. I will say something. You go with Square, you're a Square. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly to God, look, listen, you go with someone like Square and Toast, there's something that happens that you start getting all these equipment from them for free and you're locked in. So I look at it like you're locked into an ecosystem. Once you do something that's not within their terms of conditions, maybe you sold a product that had a little CBD oil and that just is against the term, they will freeze your account and you're stuck.
Right.
You're stuck like Chuck on that one. And I think that's something that is kind of scary as a business owner. And it's kind of scary because this is the way you make money. This is how you provide for your family and you put food on the table. And there's a problem when you have a POS system that could just be frozen in an instantaneous moment. So I do think that part of what we're seeing in the field is a lot of people have Square and Toast. Like you'll walk into a food court and like the majority of them have like that white. It's usually white. It's a white machine, and it's really pretty. I think it's really pretty, but you're locked into it at 3.5%. We do
super high
rates. Whereas our company is able to do 2.2%, which is like more the wholesaling rate. And we're going to talk about something. We're going to use this entire next segment to talk about this revolutionary thing called the cash discount program. So basically, the cash discount program is a couple of senators and people in politics got together, and I think they got kind of bored of how much monopoly the card brands had, right? So they're trying to put the power into the merchant, which is the business owner, and allowing them to legally surcharge, which surcharging is we've seen it before. It's a gray area. So the way to do that is the terminal that we install for a business is able to hit a variable, and the variable is very simple. Sir, would you be paying with cash or your credit card? Right. So then the credit card aspect of this is the merchant no longer pays. It goes to the customer, and the customer sees it as, you know what? These are high rates. I'm buying the product. I can understand. It's like a convenience fee. For using the credit card, I will pay an extra 30 cents, whatever. For cash, you get a discount. That is actually the way that we're moving forward and making the cash register go beyond the cash register.
Correct.
Yeah, and I think that and what we do is we charge $49 as the management fee, and that $49 eliminates all or everything. Most of it.
Interchange, statement fees, chargeback fees, anything that has a word fee to it, it's long gone.
And this is the perfect storm. So I've been telling people, and they don't believe it, and it's crazy. This is the perfect storm. We are in a recession, right? We're in an economy it's not very strong, and these business owners, the cost of meat. So like where you would go to a restaurant and the cost of ribs, they're gonna have to go into spare ribs, which is a lesser, I would say, like not inferior, but it's a lesser type of food, right? To cost reduce, and that's how you survive, right? Cost reduce.
Yeah, everywhere.
So when we started to really pound the ground on what we're doing on our end, we had to really get into our war room and say, what can we develop in terms of technology? What can we develop as a solution that can lower those fees? And we did do the 2.2%, but it wasn't as sexy, right? So like the $49 to eliminate all fees, and that's the sexy part.
That is the sexy part.
And I think that we have to be cognizant again on, if you're a business owner, like, are you going to survive tomorrow? Like, that's the question that we ask ourselves as consultants, is like, are we doing something to provide a solution so these business owners survive tomorrow?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah. And honestly, look, we're very passionate. We're very passionate people. You meet us, and at first might be a little bit obnoxious because we're super energetic, and we do have passion for making sure that people are able to turn what's called a hobby into a business and to maintain the business, and that's payment. At the end of the day, you cannot sustain a nonprofit organization without payment. You cannot sustain a pizzeria, a coffee shop, a hotel.
Everything's
Is
payment. Everything. You
Yeah.
want to run a business, you have to take a credit card.
You have to
That's
take
like,
a credit card.
if you don't take a credit card, you're taking cash. I mean, 80% of your sales is credit card. Before it used to be cash is king, and people will come with cash and they do with the cash what they want to do. But now that's all changed. Now it's all credit card. It's kind of flipped the script on everybody, and they have to take a credit card, and they have to take it fast, reliable, safety. Something for the card holder that they know that they're knowing that they're going to be using your credit card. With us, you get a certification, which is called the PCI compliance. You can print it out, put it in a frame, you put it in your store or wherever, and you know that you're PCI compliant. That customer is going to say, okay, these guys, I trust these guys. Because here, when in dealing with credit cards, it's all trust. Even with our business, George, and the customer in hand, it's all trust. Why do we trust you? Oh, because the brand awareness you were saying earlier, the way that you process their credit card. How are you doing it? Are you doing it online? Are you doing it on a credit card terminal? Are you doing it on a tablet? That all encompasses into everything.
I totally agree, and I think that in parallel with community news, we're gonna be on a newspaper, the Pinecrest Tribune, and we had the journalist ask us, what's holding back business owners? What's holding back these merchants from going to you? Why are they going to Square? And it's obviously the brand awareness. They spend millions of dollars. Their cost per acquisition for a new merchant like a pizzeria or a new coffee shop is $2,500. So it's costing them $2,500 to acquire a brand new business. This has come out, and for us, it's not doable. You know, we don't.
Right.
We're a lean company, and we're out of Miami. We're at Pinecrest is where we live, and I live closer to Doral, and I think that this has been in our community for so long that we do want to share what we're working on, because it's a solution that is for the community. So Freddie, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the equipment? I think Freddie's superpower today is just QVC, home shopping networking, all this cool stuff that we're talking about. We don't just want to tell. We want to show you some of these things.
This is very simple. It's actually called Swipe Simple. Just to give you guys an idea here, this is a system that we have. Let me go in here to it's like demo mode. This is an online gateway where hold on. Oh. Okay, I got to do with this thing.
Yeah. So the bottom line is the shopkeepers, merchants can use their phone, can use the iPad.
Exactly. This is a very basic structure here. You just, okay, here we go. You put the amount of the ticket, $22 here. You go to checkout. Okay, we go checkout. You're going to ask cash your card. And obviously, you hit card. It's going to ask you to scan the card with a little credit card swiper. Super easy. You can track all your transactions. This is like the simple way to go. This I recommend for like a food truck, George, or a small coffee shop that doesn't have too many employees, maybe like one employee. They can do it off their phone, or a tablet that we give to you guys, which is this one here. We give you this tablet. You can do table side orders with this. You go by the table. We can put a nice frame. We can also get you a smaller one if you need that. You can do a table side order. You can send a receipt via email, text, print it out if you like. That's like the easy way to go. Again, we offer a lot of products. You would have to contact us. We come actually doing it's called an evaluation on your business. So we're going to say, listen, this is what you need to save money.
Yeah.
To get the best customer experience when people are making a payment, to get that security I was talking about, George, earlier.
Yeah.
You don't want to go with something old. A lot of people, like I said, like you said, we're going to talk about the laziness. Oh no, I don't want to do it. I'm happy. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Man, you're getting your payments are coming through a credit card. You want to do it the best way possible.
And it's also the word, the phrase of the day that we get is it's the cost of doing business.
You know what?
That's the cost of doing business. So it's like you're programming yourself to be okay. $600 a month, thousands. We have big clients and they spend thousands of dollars in credit card fees every month, and they've conditioned themselves.
Just because you're talking about it, George, that's a great time to bring up our video, our cash discount video. We have a few minutes left here with our Facebook beautiful people from Community News here. We're gonna play a little quick 3-minute video. This is basically what's explaining everything about the cash discount from A through Z, about customers complaining about them paying this fee. All right, let's let it rip.
Paying processing fees just to accept credit card payments from your customers? As a business owner, every dollar you make counts. When credit card processing companies are taking advantage of overcharging businesses like yours with interchange fees, statement fees, and other miscellaneous fees, your bottom line suffers. What if there's a way to eliminate those costs, keep your profits, and generate more cash sales for your business? Well, we're proud to bring you a new way to process your transactions that will do just that. SecurePay Service Revolutionary Cash Discount Program will give you the ability to eliminate up to 95% of your processing fees for good. Here's how it works. SecurePay Service will provide you with proper signage that says 3.5% fee is applied to all store sales. As an incentive for customers, we now offer a discount to pay with cash by providing an immediate 3.5% discount on the service fee. Our software and cash discount application will automatically add a 3.5% service fee to all in-store sales at the time of checkout. If a customer pays by card, they'll pay the advertised cash price plus a 3.5% service fee. For example, if an item costs $10, a cash-paying customer will simply pay $10. However, if the customer pays with a credit card, the total amount will be $10.35. This will not only incentivize customers to pay using cash, but will completely offset your normal processing costs for accepting credit card payments. With all of the savings, you can invest that money back in your business, pay off bills, or take your family on that trip you've been wanting to go on. The bottom line is, you'll be saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars each month by enrolling in the cash discount program. You may be wondering, is it illegal to charge a credit card processing fee? Not at all. The program is legal in all 50 states, and due to recent changes in federal regulations, business owners like yourself are allowed to offer a cash discount to their customers, similar to how gas stations have been allowed to charge a cash price versus a credit card price from their customers for years. With our state-of-the-art technology, you'll be federally compliant and ready to go. Some merchants understandably have a concern that adding the 3.5% service fee will hurt their sales volume and customers will decide to go elsewhere with their business. In fact, recent studies have shown that cash discounting does not affect consumer behavior at all. Numerous studies have shown that 99.2% of the time, cash discounting was not an issue at the point of sale and had zero impact on sales. When you sign up for SecurePay Service Cash Discount Program, you're given a 60-day trial period to run the program. If it doesn't work for your business, we can switch you back to a traditional processing with a simple phone call to our 24/7 support team and still guarantee you'll pay less than you do now. It's a win-win proposition. With SecurePay Service Cash Discount Program, you'll receive discounts on POS hardware, free plug-and-play processing terminal, the ability to accept Apple Pay, Google Pay, and other NFC payments, white glove customer service and support. Contact us today and say goodbye to your processing fees and hello to increased profits.
So that's us.
That's us right
That's
there.
us. So if you're interested in working with us or talking to us, we work with anybody, enterprise, small business. We do really large accounts. So if you have an enterprise or you're a corporate, come talk to us. So the way to talk to us is that URL that you saw at the bottom, go.securepayservice.com/Tribune. We will be on the Pinecrest Tribune very soon, from front cover, going beyond the cash register.
They have an article on our company, by the way. You're gonna read some more information
While you're waiting for a
clients.
table at Flanagan's.
There you go.
You go read about us. Okay. So we're wrapping up in a minute. I do want to say thank you to Community News. This team is freaking phenomenal. I think that they're very talented. I've always said it looks comparable to what you see at any broadcast station. Thank you to the Miller brothers, the Miller family. This is a great establishment they put together. Thank you for Lori that set us here. So
thank you.
On behalf of Secure Pay Service, have a wonderful week. We expect to hear some of you in the community, whoever you are, whether you're.
So get ready. We're gonna come see you guys.
Yeah, we're
come knocking on every single door between here and Pinecrest and Palmetto Bay.
Let's go.
Okay, we're bringing Starbucks gift cards. We want to get riled up the community here, and hopefully we see you guys again here in a podcast with Community News. And thank you again from my behalf to the Miller brothers, to Lori, and to everybody here on the staff. Have been wonderful, and I love it. Let's get the ball rolling. We want to be in the community again. So get ready to come.
And we'll be back. We'll be back to talk about the trends and safety and things that we're seeing out on the field, and it's our war stories. So we'll be back. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and have a wonderful